All right, picture this. You're standing on a busy street in Istanbul. You can hear the trams clanging by, you can smell the roasted chestnuts in the air. The place is just buzzing with the energy of millions. It's a city that literally bridges two continents and a couple of thousand years of history. So, let's hit rewind.
What if we could just peel back the layers of time, right here, on this very spot? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to hit that rewind button and discover the world's hiding just beneath our feet.
So, the street we're on is called Divan Yolu. Today, it's a major artery running through modern Istanbul, packed with life. But here's the thing. This isn't just any road. It's an ancient path. It's been the city's backbone for centuries. So let's start by rewinding just a little bit.
You know, you don't even have to go back that far to see some massive changes. Just about a century ago, this city was being radically transformed. This here is a plan from 1937 by a French urbanist named Henri Prost, and his big idea was to carve these wide, modern boulevards right through the ancient heart of the city.
And that tells you so much about this place. It isn't just an ancient city. It's a place that is constantly, radically renewing itself. Entire historic neighborhoods were just gone, cleared to make way for new avenues and parks. This whole process, this building on top of the past, well, that's a story that goes back centuries. So come on, let's peel back that first modern layer.
And as we do, just watch. The 20th century boulevards fade away. Suddenly, the skyline completely changes. It's not dominated by office blocks anymore, but by these incredible grand domes and slender minarets. Welcome to the Ottoman capital.
We've now rewound right into the era of Ottoman Istanbul. For almost 500 years, this was the capital of a vast empire, a city completely remade in the image of its new conquerors. And believe me, the sultans, they left their mark everywhere.
After Sultan Mehmet the Conqueror took the city in 1453, a whole new architectural identity started to take over the skyline. Grand imperial mosques began to rise, and each one was this massive complex of faith, charity, and learning. This wasn't just construction, it was a statement of power and piety. It was a declaration that a new world had begun.
So what about the single most important building in the old city, the great cathedral of Hagia Sophia? Well, it wasn't destroyed. Instead, it was converted into the city's main imperial mosque. Minarets were added, huge buttresses were built to support the ancient structure, and its identity was fundamentally transformed. Talk about a powerful symbol of the new order.
But you know, life wasn't just in the mosques and palaces. The real pulse of the city was its commerce. The Grand Bazaar became a world of its own, a labyrinth of trade. Workshops were just humming with activity, making everything from quilts to weapons, while traders filled these buildings called khans. They were kind of like hotels and warehouses for merchants coming from all over the world.
So, the Ottoman layer is this world of imperial mosques, bustling markets, and the new Topkapi Palace. But what did the Ottomans build all this on top of? Right, let's rewind again.
And just like that, the Ottoman mosques dissolve. The minarets fade from the sky. We are now in Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire for over 1,000 years. This is the city that the Ottomans conquered.
And that street we started on, Divan Yolu? It's still here, but now it's called the Massona, which means the middle road. This was the ceremonial and commercial heart of Constantinople, a grand avenue lined with colonnades and shops connecting the entire city.
And the world it reveals is just breathtaking. The Medusa wasn't just a street, it was a stage. It passed through these monumental public squares, or forums. It ran right alongside the Hippodrome, where 100,000 people would watch chariot races. And it led to the gates of the Great Palace, the center of all imperial power.
And how did they protect this magnificent capital? With an incredible system of defensive walls, built way back in the 5th century. They stretched for 24 kilometers, sealing the city completely from any kind of land or sea attack.
The scale of this is just staggering. This wasn't just a wall, it was a complex defensive system with 244 towers and 61 gates. For 1,000 years, these walls made Constantinople the most well-defended city in the entire world.
Inside these walls, at the very center of the Byzantine universe, was a sprawling city within a city, a massive complex of halls, gardens, and churches.
This was the Great Palace of Constantinople. For nearly 900 years, this was the nerve center of the whole empire.
It was from here that emperors ruled, conducted these elaborate ceremonies, and projected their power across the known world. It was a place of legendary wealth and influence. So, if it was the center of an empire for almost a millennium, where did it go? Why can't we see it today?
The answer is, it's still there. It's just buried. After it was sacked by Crusaders in 1204 and left in ruins, it was gradually built over after the Ottoman conquest. Its foundations are now buried beneath the Blue Mosque, hotels, and restaurants. But you can still find little glimpses, like these incredible mosaics, preserved in a museum built right over a section of the original palace floor.
So let's bring it all together. From our modern street, we've journeyed back through two empires that occupied the exact same piece of land.
The layers become so clear when you look at it this way. The Byzantine Hagia Sophia is still visible, but its hippodrome and Great Palace are mostly underground. The Ottoman mosques stand proudly, but they were built directly on top of Byzantine ruins. And the modern city, with its hotels and cafes, sits on top of it all. And people are still discovering ancient chambers right under their feet.
So the next time you walk down a historic street anywhere in the world, remember this: you're not just walking on pavement, you're walking on layers of history. On the same ground, completely different worlds have risen and fallen. And the biggest question is, what will the next layer look like?